Hi guys, in this series of HTML5 for Absolute Beginner, we're going to discuss about negation pseudo class. Please take note, the installation of HTML preview won't be discussed in this topic. So please watch the first video of this series. So now, without any further ado, let's get started. What are negation pseudo class? These are properties of a CSS wherein it accepts a simple selector or a selector list as an argument. For better understanding, we're going to use our previous example. So this is our previous example. So what I do is I'm going to clear some of the stops from before. Now let's check this first. Uh, Shift Control B. Okay. So I from the previous I removed now the icons above and the rest. So I'm going to maintain the list part here and paragraph. Take note, I mark the paragraph description so that we'll be using this as our reference later on. Now, to better understanding, in negation pseudo class, let's say we want to assign a property of all, which means this will affect all the content in the list in our HTML. So what it does is all that it sees, it will execute the attributes. Let's say all of them will convert to yellow. Okay. Let's say now if we check our preview, there you go. So all of our attributes here, or all our tags here, turns to yellow because we set up the conditions that everything it sees will turn to yellow. Okay. Now let's try another thing. So what if we're going to focus on one conditions only? Okay. Let's say I'll be focusing on the list. And what I do is I'm going to create a class. Okay. And the class is, I'm going to set that this one here is different. Okay. See? So what it does is that all other tags here, I didn't assign a class of different. Now, I'm going to create a conditions for this one. Let's say that all li, which is not dot different. Let's say I'm going to make it the font size to 3. See. So what it does is that everything in the list except this dot different classes will turn into or increase into 3m. Now let's check. Take note, this is how we set up here. Let's click the preview. There you go. So take note that all the rest of the list turns to B, but except this part here. Okay, good. So now that's very clear. In negation pseudo class, we can do some conditions here. We can assign to all of it and accept the rest of it. So let's say in the I'm going to remove this class here. So No. So I'm going to clear this one here so that we refocus on the next tag. Let's say in here, I'm going to, let's say, I'm going to group these classes here under paragraph. Me. So take note, in this section here, all the paragraphs under this parent here, I assign as me. So all me here. Okay. So let's say, let's take it back. So since it's a paragraph, I'm going to replace this part here, which is the paragraph and the condition. So not all me. Take note that that here represent as the classes. So let's say I'm going to change the color to yellow. Okay, let's check. So what it does that all in the list or everything in the body tags will be colored to yellow except me. Okay, so let's try. Shift Control B. There you go. So take note that in the section here, we colored only the me part. So we colored only all the child except the me because that's our conditions. Okay, so let's say all child. So which means what we do now is we reverse. So all in the paragraph except the child will turn to, let's say, green. So what are the exemptions? So what I do is, so that this time I'm going to color the me except the child to color to green. Let's try. Hit Control B. There you go. So this is how you set or use the negation. In the later part, we will explore more about CSS, but for now, if you find this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And see you guys on the next video series. Cheers!